Welcome to the Morning Mayhem Show with the morning crew, Tomlin and Mama Manny.
And your host, Jim Amato.
Good morning, Woodland, and welcome to today, March 9th. It is National Registered Dietitian Nutritionist Day.
Yeah,
that is a mouthful, and that's what they work on, making sure what you're putting into your mouth is good for you. It is also National Barbie Day.
Enough said.
Yeah, I don't think it's just the name of the people with the name Barbie. It is the National Day of the Barbie doll itself, which is interesting, in National Women's History Month. So it's been out there since 1959. That's the official Barbie's birthday, March 9th, 1959. That's a good long time. It's also National Crab Meat Day, which if you're going to have some seafood, there's nothing better than a little crab meat. And if you don't like that, it's also National Get Over It Day. And if that is get over, a relationship, the fact that Aaron Rodgers is going to make $200 million, just get over it. And it's also National Meatball Day, which could also be applied to the Aaron Rodgers thing. So we'll talk more about that later. It is also an A day. It's a truncated day. What do we mean by truncated? It's not as long as it used to be, so it's going to be short. It's going to be out of here by 10 a.m. I think that's the earliest dismissal we have. Usually a half day is at around 12 or so, and exam days around 11. This is at 10 a.m. Snow should be kicking in just about at 10 a.m. now. It's a couple hours later than they thought. So don't forget, all classes are about a half hour long today.
No advisory.
No advisory, no lunch. Don't miss your bus because the rooms will be darkened at 10:05. Today's daily dose of Choose Love is, I learned a long time ago, the wisest thing I can do is to be on my own side, by Maya Angelou.
Huh.
That's a good one. And don't forget, freshmen and juniors, you're going to need your Chromebooks, so make sure that they're all fixed and ready to go on Wednesday, March 23rd. Now, that's not as far away as you may think it is, because we need to get all those fixed. So we have keyboards that need to be fixed. If your trackpad isn't working, make sure at least that the batteries last a couple hours so you can finish taking the SAT, especially the juniors, because that way there you can find out what your score is going to be. Freshmen, it's a little less important, and sophomores, really important for you. You're going to be taking paper and pencil, so make sure that you have working paper and pencil. If you have broken pencils, I suppose you can bring them down to the wood shop and they'll fix them for you. If you have mechanical pencils, they can take care of that too. And congratulations to the Woodland Boys swim team. It is their first NVL swim title ever in Woodland history.
Woohoo!
Yay.
Yeah, that's impressive. That's a good run right there. I know we had a couple of the guys on the divers, did incredible well, scored about half the points alone for that win. So it definitely works together as a team. And Woodland Softball is having a hometown pizza fundraiser this Thursday. That's tomorrow. So if you need to get a little pizza, go to Hometown Pizza in Prospect, order up, and a certain percentage of their proceeds will go to the softball team. And Woodland Worldwide has a guest speaker on Tuesday, March 29th. You're going to come learn about human trafficking from the experts at Love 146. So if you need more information, there's a QR code that'll be hanging around in the halls in the building. And if you can look up on the screen, it'll give you more details on that. Join Woodland Worldwide on March 29th. And if you're wondering what the digital media challenge this year is for the spring 84-hour film challenge, want to know more, go talk to Mr. Riello in room 219, and he'll tell you all about it. And I think they started working on that already, getting an idea of what they're going to be doing. And don't forget, the Woodland cheerleading tryouts will be starting in a couple months. And that's it. If you're looking for us every morning, 7:15 a.m. here, or if you don't see us here, then go look for us on morningmayhem.show. Time now for the news. T-minus 60 with Tomlin.
Morning. A couple top stories to start your day. First up, Several hikers in Hamden on Friday notified the local authorities that they were followed by a black bear on their way hiking down Sleeping Giant.
Wow.
As reportedly believed that the bear was coming out of hibernation. All right. Global news. Renewed efforts to evacuate civilians from besieged and bombarded Ukrainian cities are underway Wednesday as authorities seek to rescue people from increasingly dire conditions. Days of shelling have largely cut residents of the southern city of Mariupol off from the outside world and forced them to scavenge for food and water.
Yeah, that's a major humanitarian crisis going on.
That's the largest since World War II. Exit polls released after South Korea's hard-fought presidential election on Wednesday indicate that the two main candidates, an outspoken liberal governing party candidate and a conservative former top prosecutor, are in a dead heat. Election has boiled down to a two-way showdown between them, and there will be another round of elections coming up. Venezuelan government has freed 2 jailed Americans, including an oil executive imprisoned alongside colleagues for more than 4 years, seeks to improve relations with the Biden administration amid Russia's war with Ukraine.
They took an oil baron out of prison
Yeah.
to negotiate the oil prices with us for what's going forward.
Just to be nice with us. Just to be nice with us. We're seeing a major realignment of the world with the growing crisis in Ukraine, well, the growing war in Ukraine. You're seeing NATO realign itself, independent nations realign themselves, and then some of these countries who have been antagonists sort of trying to line themselves up with where they see the world really heading.
Well, Venezuela has another giant oil reserve, doesn't it?
It does. And oil prices are going to continue to go up. We only get something like 9% of our oil from Russia, but it's more fears of disruptions that are driving the prices up right now.
Right.
So the Federal Reserve is going to be releasing oil. It's not going to make up for the Russian. And honestly, the last several times the Reserve has released oil, it really doesn't do anything to the prices. It just makes people feel a little bit good about themselves. No OPEC countries that I'm aware of have come out and said that they're going to be increasing oil production, but we'll kind of see where things shake out in the next couple of days. But high oil prices definitely going to be here for a while. And unlike last summer or the summer before, you can go places.
Right. It's going to increase the price of everything.
Yes.
Food prices are going to go up.
Oh, yeah, because
Delivery.
Things are driven places, so they have to pay for it. And a lot of what people don't understand is the prices are going up at the pump, not because of the value of the oil has changed, but they need to increase their profits in order to pay for their next supply of oil, which is going to be more expensive.
Right. It's in the future.
Correct.
It's exactly.
Correct.
But the gig economy is going to get destroyed. Uber Eats, all the drivers, DoorDash drivers.
If this is only a short thing, you won't really see much of an impact. There's certain areas you'll see more impact than others. If the new standard becomes $5, $6, $7 a gallon, you're going to have to see major shifts in decisions, and that will really determine whether or not the gig economy is destroyed long term. All right, 2 more bits of news for you. So yesterday it was reported that Poland offered to give the United States its Russian-made MiG-29 fighters free of charge. They'd be deposited at a U.S. airbase in Germany, and then the U.S. could decide whatever they wanted to do with them, hint, hint, wink, wink, give them to Ukraine. Poland also encouraged all other European nations with former MiG-29 fighters to donate them free will to the United States. This would have delivered 28 jets to the United States at Ramstein Air Force Base in Germany. The United States has now declined the offer of free former Russian equipment that could then be given over to the Ukrainians, because you guessed it, what does Ukraine fly? MiG-29 jets. So,
Do they have enough pilots? I know they had like a third of the army, based on the size that the Russians were attacking with. I don't know. I haven't heard much about the airfare or the air warfare that's been going on.
Ukraine is hanging on its own. One of the things that is surprising everybody, all analysts are shocked at how successful the Ukrainian army has been at standing up against the Russian army. There's some rumors floating around that they're receiving live intelligence from NATO countries about Russian movements, and that would explain some of the success the Ukrainians have had. So, for example, they've successfully stalled the entire Russian army supply lines, which is causing their front. Shockingly, it's causing their tanks up front to run out of gas.
Yeah.
and ammunition and medical
And
supplies
food.
and food. And the Ukrainian people are not really willing to give food to the Russians for some shocking reason, I guess, because they see them as invaders. So, but the Ukrainian military has been insanely successful. Over the weekend, they took out a battery of Russian cannons. They've used drones, and they've also been taking out Russian helicopters. So the main Russian helicopter, their flying tank, they call it, was introduced in the 1970s. Had immense success in the war of Afghanistan. It's pretty much heralded as this invincible device. Spoiler alert, Stinger missile will take it out, so a guy with a missile can take it out, and they have pretty much prevented Russia from establishing air dominance that would allow them to be more successful on the battlefield, which nobody really saw them succeeding in doing. Everyone thought within 15 days Ukraine would have been overrun. The veracity of the Ukrainian army, of the civilians, it's really just shocking everybody. And one last story for you. A man that was attempting to sneak into the United States. He was stopped by Border Patrol agents. It was discovered that he had 52 lizards and a snake in bags under his arms, under his jacket. So he was attempting to smuggle 52 lizards and a snake into the United States. There's your random story.
Wow.
So we began
I don't want 'em.
with
It's a very
bears.
arbitrary number, but that's a lot of
Well-
snakes. I'm assuming they were smaller snakes.
No, lizards.
Lizards.
One snake,
One
52
snake.
lizards.
52
all
lizards.
in like little satchels and like pouches under his jacket. So I'm envisioning like you go down to Florida, the little things constantly running around everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm kind of envisioning it being.
Salamanders.
But I figured we'd start with
Those are awesome.
bears wandering around and end with a guy trying to smuggle animals into the country. Happy emergency snow day
Yeah.
dismissal.
Your news brought to you by Wildlife Report. Over to the sports
hurts.
desk with Bob Manning.
Good morning. Good morning. How do I follow that up? Oh, boy. Congratulations.
Indeed.
That was awesome.
Male Athlete of the Week.
Oh, okay. We're going in a different direction. That's not where I thought we were doing. I
Well,
thought we
that's
were going
what
swim
we're doing.
team. All right.
What was he?
But we
Diver.
are
He
going
is a
swim team. You're
diver.
right. You're right.
DJ Mulligan. Congratulations.
Yay.
Very good. What a career.
Yeah, what a season those guys had, too.
Yeah, unbelievable. And of course, he will be taking that with him, all his skills, all his prowess, to the University of Maine. Now, if you watched ESPN this morning like I did, you are reminded that UConn men's basketball team plays in the Big East tomorrow night at 9:30. What else do we have? What a wild game between Wagner and Bryant. It was home at Bryant. And Kiss, the top player, was shooting inside, outside, high, low. He was unbelievable. Of course, he made a mistake of gesturing to the opposing fans, who in turn started a fight with the other fans. And all the visiting fans were asked to leave. Game halted for half an hour. They had to clear the gym of all opposing fans.
Wow.
What a game. And Aaron Rodgers, Mr. Tomlin, would you like to discuss this set of news for today?
Isn't that the belt? Don't we have to go to class or something?
Oh, we have a minute and a half.
What?
Your take on Mr. Rodgers.
And now it is his neighborhood.
It is his neighborhood.
He pretty much owns it. Yeah.
It's always been his neighborhood.
Are you happy?
No.
Oh, what did you want?
I was good with being done with him. I was good with moving on with him. I don't think Jordan Love is the answer. I've never quite felt he was. But
Love is always the answer.
maybe Love is the answer. Jordan Love is not the answer. I was ready to move on from Aaron Rodgers. I mean, at a certain point, you have to rebuild. You know, I felt the same way at the end with Favre. Get to a certain point where it's like, all right, this is fun. It's more drama than football. I'm ready to move on to something else. Yeah, like I said, I think we should get rid of Jordan Love. His two showings last season, when Rodgers was out with COVID and then that scrub time at the end, Yeah, I'm not really seeing much there. I know some people are saying when Rodgers did his scrub time, there wasn't much there, but I'd say get rid of all the quarterbacks.
Wow.
Bring in like a retread for a year or two and get us heading in a better direction.
Well, we'll see what happens, and will he show up on time this year?
Yeah. Ryan Fitzpatrick's hip should be healed.
That's what I'm saying. Like I would have taken Tannehill. I would have taken anybody. Like give us. I don't know.
You could take Tua.
I mean, if
Jones.
if you look at our last game where he targeted one individual the whole time and we lost, which wasn't his season long play, and not really what Rodgers is known for. Rodgers is known for distributing it. Getting out. Yeah, he has his favorites. All quarterbacks have their favorites. But in that game that he lost for us because he decided that there was only one player that he was willing to throw the ball to. I just think we're never really going to get over that hump with him. We'll be good enough to be in the mix and on the couch. So.
And that is the news from Mr. Tomlin. Thank you.
There you go. And that's the sports with Mama Manning. Well, the day is shorter today, but the program ran longer, so I hope you enjoyed it and have yourself a good day. Make sure that you stay out of the snow, which should be starting around 10 a.m. Get to those buses on time. When you hear that final bell, they'll be hanging around. All right. Don't forget, she's Mama Manning. He's Tomlin. I'm Amato. Good morning, Woodland.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Morning Mayhem podcast. Morning Mayhem is broadcast live from Woodland Regional High School in Beacon Falls, Connecticut, each and every school day. Follow us on Spotify, Anchor FM, or wherever you find your latest podcasts. And for more information on the show, upcoming guests, and past episodes, visit our show website, morningmayhem.show.